This is Charlie Wakely from TrafficJamming, and I am honored to have the opportunity to talk with you today. And so I just want to know a little bit more about Darin and a lot more about Infusionsoft. So I'm going to let you introduce yourself, and we'll go from there.
Well, thanks. I'm so excited to be here. My name is Darin Adams. I currently am a speaker for Infusionsoft. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my background, how I got to that point. I spent 30 years in the media industry. So I was an anchor and a reporter and a host and all that kind of stuff. And a lot of that was working with small business owners and entrepreneurs who were coming on TV, and I needed to help them with their messaging and their marketing. And a lot of times these are small business owners who really didn't have a clue much about, what kind of message to put out there and how to do it. So I got to work with them and got a great background in working with small business owners and entrepreneurs, and then left the media world and started working for Infusionsoft. So now I travel to events and conferences and conventions and teach people how they can do better in their marketing and how they can automate their sales and marketing with the help of a powerful tool like Infusionsoft.
All right. And who is Infusionsoft?
Infusionsoft is the premier provider of an all-in-one sales and marketing software. It helps small businesses grow and succeed. We do that by helping people grow their leads and save time and get organized. And we do that through helping people automate their sales and their marketing. So many people are overwhelmed by all the things they need to do, so we help them set up some systems so that they don't have to manually run all their parts of their business. We can automate that for them. It's the same tool that huge companies use, but now it's a tool that small businesses can use as well.
And so your decision to go there is because it's the best. I'm assuming you don't go and take a job if you don't think it's the best. But what sets it aside from all the rest of the CRM and marketing tools that are out there?
Yeah, Infusionsoft. This isn't just me speaking, but Infusionsoft really is the best. It's the best system out there. They have a phenomenal culture. It's not just about a software, but it's really about the whole culture of helping small businesses succeed. And we do that not only with the software, but with other support, other resources that they put out there. So Infusionsoft is the only one that lets you automate all your sales and automate all your marketing and automate so many of your business processes. Or if you're in Canada, processes, because they say it a little differently north of the border. You can integrate with QuickBooks. You can integrate with Eventbrite. You can integrate with WordPress. You integrate with so many different things. So it's integrated and it's automated. It's the best tool for all that, and really is the premier Cadillac for businesses that are really wanting to get into some kind of a CRM and they want to grow and they're serious about growing. This is the tool that helps you that the fastest.
Is it that overwhelming, or is it a tool that, obviously you must have training, you must have some other services. Someone signs up and are they you can take one piece of the whole pie, or is it all encompassed?
Yeah, so we take a funnel and we just jam everything down people's throats and hope they can digest that.
Drinking from a fire hose is what they say.
Infusionsoft is a lot. I'm telling people right now. That's their biggest strength. It is so robust and can do so many things. And then a lot of people, they'll get overwhelmed by that. They're thinking, wait, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do this. But you don't have to know all those things. So you find, hey, I want to do this. I want to have a lead capture form, and I want to funnel more people into my database. I want to grow my list, and so I'm going to master this part right over here. And then I want to drive people to a webinar, and so I'm going to get these leads, and I'm going to nurture, and so I'm going to master this part over here. And then I'm going to sell my product, and I want to create some funnels and some campaigns to sell my product and get that out there. So I'm going to master this part over here. So they're all different aspects. Don't get overwhelmed by all the things that it can do. Just to find the parts that you want it to do for you. And we also, when people sign up with Infusionsoft, we have this phenomenal Kickstart implementation program. We get someone paired up with a coach, a personal coach who one-on-one gets to know them, gets to know who they are, what they're doing, what their business is about, and they go through, like, for a course of 5 weeks. Every week there's another hour on the phone and on the computer, helping them, walking them through creating campaigns, doing the follow-up, becoming comfortable with that. Because we don't just want people to sign up. We don't want to just take people's money. We want people to use the system and be successful. And so the only way we can do that is by really coaching them and making sure they're doing that.
And a man from experience, I can tell you your coaches are fantastic. So they have been unbelievably helpful at all times for us to do it. So
I'll mention, I love hearing stories, because I hear stories like that all the time. Someone's like, oh, David was my coach. He was the greatest. Or Lisa was he's the most phenomenal coach. Everybody's telling me how their coach was the greatest. I'm like, we can't have 50 coaches that are all the greatest, but I'm just glad they're all great.
Yeah. How old is Infusionsoft? I'm just
about 15 years old. And you know, when it first started off, it was obviously very different from what it is now. I mean, the technology is so dramatically different. And it sort of started off and it sort of had some growing pains and tried to figure things out. And probably about 10 years ago, it really became a lot more of what it is today. And this all-in-one sales and marketing and the software that can help run your entire business. And it continues to overhaul dramatically. About 3 years ago or so, they did a massive overhaul and created the campaign builder, which is way easier to create campaigns and funnels and systems like that. There are rumors, I can't disclose anything, but there's some other big breakthroughs that are coming. So although it's been around for 15 years, it continues to improve and get easier over the course of time.
This won't be on the evening news, breaking news coming in. Going back to your old life.
You're sworn to secrecy. Don't tell anybody, okay?
I won't tell anybody to do it. All right. And the last question I really have for you, and everybody asks, is that you talk to hundreds of small businesses every week. What is their take on what's going on in the world today?
You know, that's such a big question, because they struggle with some of the same common things, and I so relate to it, and I so want to help them with some of those things. One of their big challenges is there just are not enough hours in the day for them to function. You know, there's so many things that they're doing. They're running a business by themselves or on a very bare bones staff, and there's lots to do, and so they're overwhelmed by that. And just trying to get a foothold in getting more customers and making more money. And those are common themes that I hear a lot. And it's something that Infusionsoft is all about trying to solve. And so if you're overwhelmed by having too many things to do during the day, then set up a system or a campaign or a process that can take over some of those things. So that can run some of those things, so you're not manually trying to send these emails out and try to follow up with this person and follow up with this lead, that you can just put those into a funnel, the automation takes off, the follow-up takes care of itself, and those people turn from leads into customers who are paying you money. And that's one of the things that helps save people some time. And then just the whole thing about getting more customers and getting more, making more money from those customers, helping more of those customers, you know, setting some things up through Infusionsoft by having like a lead capture form on your website, so it can automatically, you know, capture and track people. Right now, someone comes to this is a struggling entrepreneur. They've got a website and they've got a great service to offer, and someone comes to their website and someone looks around and then they leave and they don't do anything. And that's the frustrating part. And then you have no record of that. So instead, you can have something like Infusionsoft. Someone comes to your website, you have some great lead capture form, and you're going to offer them some great incentives. So they enter that information in, and now they're a contact in your database, and now your database is growing. And then, better than just growing, all of a sudden an email goes out to that person, and they say, hey, thanks for visiting my website. Here's what I promised you. I hope, you know, a follow-up email a week later. I hope you enjoyed it. How else can I help and serve you? And then now that they're in your database, we can track their behavior when they come to your website. What are they looking at? What videos are they watching? What white papers are they downloading? What are they wanting more information about? What products are they spending the most time on? And that's just a way to grow a business without you manually having to do it the whole time. So that's some of the struggles I hear from people that hopefully we're helping to solve some of that stuff.
I know you're helping us, so I appreciate that.
Well, I'm glad. One by one, we're going to change the world. You'll be the first one. We're starting with you.
Okay, well, I appreciate that, but I know I'm not the last one.